Are you suffering from persistent pain on the inside of your foot or ankle that's aggravated by prolonged standing, walking, or jumping? Hey everyone, this is Dr. Zach Green here, Performance Sport and Spine, and these are common symptoms of posterior tibial tendon dysfunction or tendinopathy, which we'll be covering in this video. It's located on the inside of the lower leg, and it runs down the leg under the medial malleolus, which is like the dome-shaped bone on the inside of your leg, the deep posterior compartment, and then attaches to several bones in your foot. So what's causing this condition? Well, basically the main driver is overuse. If this is the capacity of the tendon, if you place this much load on it, it's going to get irritated. And if this happens for long enough, the tendon can actually have structural changes and degeneration. So the key for this is to decrease or temporarily avoid aggravating activities or exercises so that the tissues calm down, and then slowly reintroduce those exercises and the rehab that we'll show you later. This condition typically presents with pain on the inside of the foot or ankle and is aggravated with such activities as walking, standing, jumping, or running. This condition is seen in young kids as well as older people, and in more advanced cases the tendon can become so degenerate that the foot becomes kind of flat, and at first it's flexible, and if it goes on long enough it becomes rigid. So it's really important to try to prevent that stage from happening. So what does this muscle do? Well, in non-weight bearing positions it plantar flexes the ankle, it inverts the ankle, and then it adducts the ankle, which we show you here. More importantly, in weight bearing activities such as walking and running, this muscle helps to stabilize and supinate the foot. Supination may not be a term that you hear that often, but basically just think of it like this. The higher my arch is, the more supination there is. The lower the arch, the less supination there is. And then arguably the most important part of tendon rehab is load management. And what I mean by that is adjusting the different variables such as intensity, frequency, and duration. For example, if you're a basketball player that just started the league, or you're working on your feet all day long, just adding more exercise isn't going to help. It's probably going to make it worse. So for the basketball player, maybe they practice every other day for a while and then slowly add one practice per week as the symptoms allow. The person working on their feet all day, maybe they take breaks throughout the day and sit in the chair for 10 minutes to decrease the duration that their foot's on the ground. Or the person that's running, maybe they're doing cycling every other day to modify the activity temporarily. And then 3 general rules for tendon rehab are, it's going to take longer than you wish it would probably. Some discomfort is normal. It should dissipate within 1 to 2 hours after stopping the exercise, and it should not be worse the next morning. And if you push it too fast, too quickly, you're going to pay for it, and it's important to let it return to baseline before returning to activities. So for the first exercise in a seated position with the PT band around your midfoot anchored up to the right, or holding with your hand, you're going to push your foot down and to the left for your right leg, slow and controlled, and return to the starting position. We recommend 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps, depending on your current fitness level. And again, slow and controlled. It may be a novel movement for some people, so you want to practice it maybe without the PT band first, and then slowly integrate the band as tolerated. Over time, you want to increase the band stiffness to make it more challenging. If you do experience any cramping in your lower leg, either do less reps or longer rest period between sets. So the seated calf raise. In a seated position with a small object between your legs, pressing inwards with your shins, we're going to raise up slow tempo with our calves and down. Again, it's important to try to get that full exertion. Try to go as high as you can. Feel tension in your calves or your posterior legs. And recommend 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps every other day. And while you're doing this, maintain pressure with your shins in towards the object between your legs. To increase the difficulty, you can place a weight on your knees to increase the resistance. With a small object between your shins pressing inwards, place your toes on a ledge or on a flat surface and raise up with your calves as far as you can, and then back down. Maintain tension with your shins into the ball, increasing the reps over time. So start out with 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps, and then to increase the difficulty you can go into a single leg or add external load as we demonstrate here. Leg bounce. When we're doing this, I want you to think about keeping your arch activated like I showed you earlier, so make sure that you feel like the arch does not collapse during these exercises. So in a standing position, lift one leg up, keep the arch active, and work to holding up to 20 to 30 seconds for 3 sets. To increase the difficulty, hold a weight on one arm, and then to further increase the difficulty, do a figure 8 as we demonstrate here. Go out with a small chair or box behind you, placing your weight over your midfoot. Sit down and back, loading your hips. Recommend 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, 3 to 4 times a week. Once you're comfortable with this position, you can increase the difficulty by increasing it with a Bulgarian split squat. And then to further increase the difficulty, you can add external load, which we demonstrate here. So foot insoles or orthotics may be used as a temporary modification. One thing to note is it's important to use this in conjunction with exercise and load management, and the pain reduction is probably not due to biomechanical changes, but something else. Thank you so much for watching our video on posterior tibial tendinopathy. We really hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like our video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to check out our other videos.